Hey everybody, this is Nessa here from Nessa's Hair Extensions down at 684 King Street West in Kitchener. Right, so today's video is going to be about how you revive your synthetic hair or wigs, following of course my How to Revive Your Human Hair Weave video I did previously. Okay, so what you're going to need, of course, your hair. The wigs that I'm going to be using wigs rather than weave. Today are both wigs that I've had for approximately 2 years on both of them. Now, I generally do take pretty good care of my wigs anyway. However, these ones I've neglected a little bit. Now, the first one, and I'm doing two specifically just to show you how you're reviving a curly weave or wig and how to revive a straight one. So the first one I have is this really long straight one. Now, the reason why I'm reviving it, although on camera it doesn't look too terrible, is because the ends, yes, it's hard to see on camera, but this wig, you run your fingers through it, does not feel that smooth, it's catching, it's knotting a lot, which is causing more stretches and causing more flame and split ends. But this is what you're always going to have when you choose to wear a really long wig. Okay, so this is our straight one that we're going to revive. The next one is actually one of my uber favorite wigs. It is for last year and a bit of the year before, a bit of 2012. This was my go-to wig whenever I wanted to do something. So go to the gym, go to the store quickly. I'm like, whoosh, pop it on. It saw the gym quite a lot. Now with this one, it is the short curly one. It's actually the Ultra Kiki, which I do have in stock right now. It is super, super cute. And what's lovely is it's short and it leaves a lot of nice air to your neck so you're not getting too hot. Because I know you all know I can't take the heat. But anywho, so this wig, again, seen a lot of crazy gym sessions. The back of it feels like basically a 4-year-old who got hold of a Barbie and who's just drug it through the mud. That's what the back of this feels like right now. It's very, very coarse. The curls will stay wherever you put them. So, for example, I go like this, and they're just terrible. Normally, this wig is really nice and free and swishy. So we're going to return those curls back from being frizzy and just stiff to being nice, soft, and fluffy again. Okay, so things you're going to need. You should have most of this in your household. If not, you can go get a very cheap brand. Now, contrary to belief, this is synthetic hair. We are not going to use any shampoo or conditioner. It is not necessary. It is synthetic fibers. It's not human hair. No. So what we're going to do is we're going to actually use products that are made for synthetic fibers. Okay, so first you're going to need a bowl. I do recommend using a bowl. If you are using a sink, do make sure it is a sink that you're not using often. Like, don't use the kitchen sink or the bathroom sink, because you're going to need to, basically, I'm going to be soaking this overnight for the best results. Okay, so get a nice bowl that you can put out of the way into the corner. The next thing you're going to need is actually 1 cup of powder or liquid laundry detergent. Okay, the good stuff that you put on your clothes, that is what we're going to use to clean our hair. Okay. Now again, you can always use, again, liquid or powder is absolutely fine. I'm going to be using the powder detergent just because that's what I got at home, and I'm just going to be using the same amount as you'd use for a small load, a small load, like if you're washing your delicates, your whites. The next thing you're going to need is some liquid fabric softener. Okay. Yes, that's all. That's literally all you need. Liquid. It has to be liquid. It can't be a sheet that you can stick in the water. It has to be liquid. So liquid fabric. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to fill our bowl with some nice warm water and add our laundry detergent. Now this is a pre-measured 1 little scoop, good enough for a small load of laundry that I have. If you are using powder detergent like I am using here, you're going to want to make sure that you're going to mix that in with the water until all the little pebbles are dissolved. It is a lot easier with liquid laundry detergent, but hey, if you're like me and your husband can't understand the word concentrated, then yes, you use this. Okay, so once that's all dissolved, you're going to then put in your liquid fabric softener. Okay, I'm using 1 capful here. However, if you've got a lot of hair that you're trying to revive here, more than 2 wigs worth, then do put an extra capful in and just mix it around again, making sure that the detergent and the fabric softener are all dissolved together. It's going to feel nice and smooth and soft. Well, the water anyway is going to feel great. So once we've done that, you're going to then take your hair. Now, I did take this hair home last night, and I've already let it soak in the detergent, but this is, of course, for educational demonstration purposes. Yep, I'm soaking my hair inside my mixture, and that was the straight one first, and now I'm going to grab my my curly one, which is still wet. I've not rinsed these out yet, even from taking them home before, so we'll show you how to do that. So now that I've got that in, I'm ready to let it basically sit. Now I'm going to let this sit for 24 hours. So this is what my straight wig looked like after I rinsed it off completely. Okay, so my wig was wet, and my camera that I had inside my hair room kind of froze and died on me. So I did complete it, but I'm just going to re-show you what exactly I did to restore my wig and afterwards as well. Okay, so while the wig is wet, you want it to be damp, not soaking wet, but damp, okay? So this is, again, I've already done this, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to re-wet some of this here and show you what I've done. So I'm getting my spray bottle, I'm just wetting it through. Okay, just like this. Oops. And take my straightener, and what you're going to do is, as it's damp, I'm going to go straight down. Now I want to have a little bit of a curl or a little flick at the bangs, because this is the oops, area there. You can see a little bit of flick at the bangs. So I curled my my ends in a little bit. Okay, just with my straightener. And that's basically all you're doing, is you're just going down and making sure everything's smooth. Now, do bear in mind, okay, that if, for example, your straightener is maybe being fritzy or it's not as hot, or because let's face it, straighteners do that, you can repeat and go over the same area more than once. However, do make sure that it remains damp, because every time you go through with a straightener, the water's gonna evaporate, of course, and your hair is gonna start to get dry, and we don't want that. We want it to remain damp whilst we're applying the heat on it, so that we don't cause any further damage. Okay, and you're basically going to repeat that all in sections around the hair. Okay, and then afterwards, your hair is going to look like this. Okay, and you can see at the ends there, I've curved it in, so it's looking nice, and basically this wig pretty much looks as new. And this is, of course, my results as well. Okay, everybody, this is my straight wig restored. Biggest difference is, of course, the ends. No longer are they split ends or looking terrible. I'll just show you here. So those are my ends now, and you can see that they're nice and smooth. They're really nice and smooth, and you know, especially the front, I think it looks fabulous. I added just a little bit of a layered flick at the end, which I think really helps. And so this is my wig restored back to its former glory. And oh gosh, sorry, and that's what we're looking like at the back. Again, like I mentioned, it's a really, really long wig. Now this is still slightly a bit wet, especially around the cap. So what you can do is you can wait for your wig to fully dry before you start to put it on. Okay, next up is how we restore our curly wig. And yeah, that one's going to take a little bit more time, but work with it. Alright, so I've got my curly wig, and it's still really wet at the end, so I'm just going to, and I'm sorry, I'm talking to the camera, but I'm like, I'm narrating over this. Okay, so I'm drying off the ends, and I'm taking my barrel brush, and I'm just going to be combing out each individual section on the weft. Now, you can see the curls in itself, and well, it's really, really coarse. It's really feeling yucky, and I really don't like it at all. So what you're going to want to try to do is curl in the direction of the curls that are already on your wig or your extensions. Preferably, you're going to want to use a curling iron. Okay, curling irons, you're going to get the best, most even curl, and it's going to be smooth. However, I don't use curling irons, and all I've got is my straightener with me. So I'm not going to get a super, super curly bit of hair. It's going to be really more body wavy, which I really don't mind, to be honest with you. I've rocked this wig on a really curly basis for so long, and I think the body wave is going to be a little bit more refreshing. So I'm going to fast forward this whole process because, oh my gosh, is it ever super long. Okay, so now I'm really getting to more of the body of the, I've done the back, I'm getting to more of the body in the front. Okay, so you can see as I'm going, I'm using my spray bottle a lot, really making sure that the ends are nice and, well, have a lot of water in them. Okay, maybe you can't really see me using the spray bottle just because I'm fast forwarding like a lot. But I'm going to really we're just going to jump to the end because I'm basically doing this for the next quite a long while. Okay, so basically right at the end here, just putting in my final waves and making sure all my little ends are nice and curled. And I am going to show you the final results. All right. Okay, Speebles, this is the restored Otrikiki wig. Okay, so you can see, like I mentioned, I took away that really deep curl just because I didn't have a curling rod, and I do like the body weight, but you know I do like it. I did spray a little bit of my homemade mixture of the olive oil, coconut oil, glycerin, and water into there just to give it that extra shine, that healthy look, because I know a lot of people don't like shine on their wig and everything like that, but I think it just looks really healthy and really nice, to be honest with you. Um, but anyway, so this is the final result. So I'll just give you a little twirl. And I love it. Love it in a body wave. So, like I said before, waste not, want not. Restore your wigs or your synthetic weave, and live on and be happy and have some extra money in your pocket, basically. So if you have any questions on absolutely anything you saw in this video, please feel free to message me or leave a comment. I will reply. I always reply. And thank you ever so much for watching.